Grace and God's mercy be appointed to you in this day. All glory given to the mighty Jehovah, the God of Israel, the Lord of hosts, Yah. Now, family, for my simple topic in this morning time, I don't want to say I have a yearning in my heart, but I still have to get a couple of things off of my chest. It won't even take that long because I got my little 5-6 minute break and I'm already, well, I had 15 minutes break, but I'm already 8 through that. But just listen to this, all the young people. Now, I was raised in Fresno, California back in 1981. And for any black male, any black man coming up where I come from, it was an accomplishment just to make it to 21. If you can believe that or so, if you can believe how bad it was in the streets and in the world, especially when it deals with so-called African American people, me and my generation of my brothers, that I hate to say it, you know what I'm saying, but it's no different than what the statistics spoke to us a long time ago. You had people like Jesse Jackson coming out on the news talking about how we was an endangered species and how we needed to be granted land from the government just to escape the hood and the ghetto. But to reach 21 was a real accomplishment because you either had two things that happened to you. Either you was gonna die in the streets or you was gonna go to prison and probably die in prison. So I made it, family. I made it to 21 years old, and I felt like it's an accomplishment just to live as a black man. See, other people in the world, they don't have to deal with none of the stuff like I'm sitting here today. That's why I directed this message to the younger crowd of people. I look at your generation, young brother, and I feel so sorry for y'all because it was an accomplishment to make it to 21 at my age. What is it for y'all? Is it 17? Is it 16? Is it 18? All I see in the world is death and destruction when it comes to young people, young black males here in this North America. Now, for me, where I come from and where I came at in the time, because it was 1980, it was the crack epidemic, it was the mass incarceration, all enforced on your people like that. So it was an accomplishment to make it to 21 years old, and that's sad. That is so sad that any man has to sit here and say. Now, the other accomplishment was to keep your ass out of prison. You know what I'm saying? To keep your, say it with me. Keep your ass out of prison. That was a major accomplishment for anybody of my generation that made it, that did not fall by the edge or the sword, did not be suppressed, dug under the prison for life. So I just asked that question for y'all today. Do y'all think like we thought? Okay, I understand that y'all are already in the thickest of the war. You are already in the battle, and your battle is way more harder than mine. I just want you to live, young brother, and I want you to think. Now, it was hard for me. It was hard, family. It was hard for me to make it to 21 and live, but through the grace of your God, when I came out of that world, he put his arms around me and protected me from the ravenous wolves of the world. To stay out of prison was something that he gifted me by changing my life. So I didn't have to go back out in that world and play the role that the world had already fitted for my feet to walk in. So I just want you to think, brother. I just want you to think. It's women too now. It's young black women too. It's the sisters now too. They going through it too. So I want you to think. All them people that's on your block, all them people that you went to school, all them people that you be running with right now. If you live to see 21, won't none of them be around? If you live to see 21, will you be locked up in prison? Or are you willing to make a change in the here, in the now?